Because why? He's the one supporting us. So as much as we give him, the more we give him, the more we're leaning on him. So as much as you think, oh, Father, yeah, I got you now. I got you back now. No, son. You're more in me now because of that. He is our source of strength. He is our rock. You know, sometimes we have to remind ourselves that. Maybe it's just me, huh? That whenever I feel down, wait, I'm a child of the Most High. I'll be fine. Is it just me? Oh, no? Hallelujah. Because we need to be surrounded by people like us. Mm-hmm. What was it? I don't know who said it this morning. Iron sharpens iron. Brother Johnson, right? Iron sharpens iron. And that's true. If all we ever surround ourselves with is our friends who haven't been saved yet, is our co-workers who talk trash about their boss the moment he leaves, all we're going to get is dull. And how can we cut through their sin with a dull attitude, huh? We need sharpening so that they can see. We need sharpening so that they can feel whenever we touch them. When a dull knife touches you, does it hurt? No. But when a sharp one does, you pull that hand back. That's what they should feel whenever we're around them. They shouldn't be comfortable knowing that they have something in their lives that they need to get rid of. If a child of the Most High is in their presence, they have to know that. They absolutely have to. We are a living testimony. And a living testimony has to testify. Maybe we should have a decree, huh? Before that, we should have a piece of paper for the congregation that says, I swear, whenever I walk into a room, I will declare I'm a child of the Most High. And we should all sign that. What do you think? Huh? Who's going to walk up and sign their name on there, huh? See? A few people raised their hands. Come on, brother. What does that say about us, huh? That we're not ready for it. That's what I see. Did you see me raise my hand? No, you didn't see me raise my hand, right? And I'm the one that brought up the idea. We feel that we're not ready yet. Why is that? Huh? Do we feel that we're going too slow? Is that the problem? Huh? That we're going too slow in the Word? That maybe Brother Isaac is holding us back by going 35 miles an hour? Huh? So then why are we not ready yet if that's not the problem? Is Almighty Yah the problem? No, right? Never. So then the problem lies in us, right? There's something that is holding us back from raising our hands. I know I can't tell you what that is, but you can. And for myself, I will tell myself whenever I find that reason. We constantly have to look at that reason. We have to face at it. We have to see it. And feel guilty when we see it. And feel bad when we see it, because that's the thing that's holding us back. You know, when we say and pray, Father, if there's anything in me that is not of you, do we know what that is? Do we have an idea of what that is we're asking to be removed? Or are we just saying it because that's what we say as a prayer? We should know, right? Because if you're asking for something to be removed, and so say Almighty takes it, would you know if you take it already? No, if you never knew. So whenever you're sitting there, whenever you're eating, whenever you're working and your mind starts to wander, maybe you should start thinking. Maybe we should all start thinking, what is holding me back? Because there's something that's holding us back. Because I didn't see everybody's hands that went up. So we know for ourselves that something is holding us back. So we have to find that out and then give it to Almighty Yah. He already knows what it is. But He's not going to do all the work for us. Because those who doesn't work, they don't eat. So the least we could do is do our part, huh? And it's not even for the body yet that we're doing that work. It's not even building the congregation yet. It's not even testifying yet. It's not even going out there in the world to speak yet of the work that we need to do. We're still doing it for ourselves. So maybe 35 miles an hour is too fast, huh? Because clearly, we're leaving something behind that we're trying to hold on to. Let's just dwell on that for a while, huh? We say we have love. We say we love Almighty Yah. But Brother Isaac told us that love is an action word. Correct? Love is an action word. So part of an action word, I think, in the definition of love, is if you're not doing something within yourself, if you're not figuring out something within yourself, day by day, week by week, every Sabbath, that you don't see changing, then you don't have love. Because then you're stagnant. There's no action. We just agree that love is an action word. So if there's no improvement, if there's no searching, if there's no just sitting down and meditating on the word in ourselves, there's no love. Because we think, oh, Almighty, I got it. I'm right where you are now. That's ignorance. Big I ignorance. Because we cannot be complacent. Because no matter what we do, in this life, in this flesh, in this body, we are never gonna be up there. For us to be even close to His level, we need to what? See Him and change in the twinkling of an eye. We need metamorphosis. But you know, when a caterpillar goes through metamorphosis, what do? They eat. I mean, all they do 24/7 is eat in preparation for that metamorphosis. So what is that thing that we should be eating? The Word. Are we eating 24/7? No. I'm not eating 24/7. So are we really preparing for our metamorphosis? Because if a caterpillar doesn't have enough nutrients in its body, and it's time for it to go to metamorphosis, guess what happens? It's stuck. It's stuck in that pupae stage. It doesn't become a butterfly. Because it doesn't have enough. It never ate enough. So so that's why it said maybe that prove yourself worthy by reading the Word. You want to increase your faith? Listen to the Word. The Word. It comes back to the Word. We have to consume it. We have to want to eat of it. So that we can be ready for that time of metamorphosis. We need to have that in us. We need to have that desire to always be eating. Not food. Now I know we have a lot of food there today, but that's not the kind of food that we need to be eating. Yeshua was able to go without food for 40 days and 40 nights. So did Moses. So food is not something we really need. The Word is something we really need. In Isaiah chapter 2 verse 10. Now this goes back to the people, to those who needs to hear the warning of what they're doing is wrong, of what they're encouraging to do is wrong. So remember in verse 3 of 10 it says, where will you go? When the day of visitation comes, where will you go? In 10 it says, enter into the rock, hide in the dust, because of the fear of Yah and His splendor of His excellence. When he comes in his glory, in his splendor, people will hide. Because the idea that they have of him is not as he's gonna come down. No, it's gonna be a different one. People think they have an idea of what Almighty Yah is, when first and foremost they don't even have love within themselves. So they're already starting out on a bad start. So when that time comes, the word says, hide. It's too late for you now. I've given you plenty of chances. I've given you plenty of warnings. Now is he talking to the people right now, or is he talking to us? Is he the one that he gave us a bunch of warnings to? That he gave us a bunch of chances to? So this is just as much applicable to them as it is to us. If we are not ready, if we think we have it and we really don't, when he comes, the thing that's going to be in your mind is, I need to save myself. Not to run to him. It's to save yourself, because you know you don't have it. This is what Brother Isaac says, that in his throne, he thinks that you will be the one to judge yourself. Because you know, Almighty doesn't have to say a word. You know the life you led. You know how you behaved. So when he comes, and if we're still here, we'll know for ourselves if we need to run and hide, or we need to run up to him and give him praise. But we need to be ready. This is the tabernacle, right? The training time, the practice time. And if we're not practicing, when the time comes, when it's game time, you're not going to be ready. In Revelation chapter 6, verse 15. And it says, and the sovereigns of the earth, and the great ones, and the rich, and commanders, and the mighty, and every slave and every free one, hid themselves in the caves, in the rocks of the mountains. And if you keep reading, what do they ask for? That it fall on them. Because once it's too late, once it's done and said, and chances are done being given, and Almighty Yah is coming, you would rather die than face his wrath. And you will want to know that. You will know that, as a matter of fact. Because just like that man who leaned on the rock and fell, these people leaned on their wealth, leaned on their power, leaned on their knowledge, leaned on their own strength, and now they're asking to die. Are we going to be that when times comes? So then what do we need to be leaning on, huh? Him. The rock. We always have to lean on the rock.